We celebrate ancestors all around the world. Hi, I'm Elemi from Yeyeo Botanica. Welcome back. So great to see you all. Thank you for sharing us and coming back. And if this is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Remember, we're www.yeyeo, and we're a spiritual and wellness supplier, which is why I do videos about all things spiritual. I want to shout out all my people from Vietnam. Woo! Welcome. So today I thought we could talk a little bit about how the ancestors are celebrated all around the world. So I wanted to share with you that this is maybe one of my favorite subjects, talking about the ancestors, celebrating them, venerating them. So I want to share that with you. So let's get started. Paying tribute to ancestors is something that more people in the world do than less. And we do it in so many different ways, and we don't even realize that we're doing it. But for people who are intentionally venerating and paying tribute to their ancestors, this video is for you. If you're curious about how this is done, this video is also for you. And if you're a venerator already, that you lift your ancestors up, you praise them, you do different things to honor them, this video is for you. So I was thinking about different ways that the ancestors are celebrated around the world, and today I want to share 4 ways with you. In Asia, there is a big cornucopia or banquet style food offering that is done. All different kinds of foods, liquids, they dress up in traditional clothing, they play music, all of these different things to celebrate and to give tribute to the ancestors. And oftentimes, sometimes they also go to the burial ground to where that ancestor is buried. And so I just want to have a little sweet thing for you, a little note. If you do not know how to cleanse yourself, protect yourself, when you go to a cemetery, I don't advise this for you. If it is a cultural thing that you normally do, that you have an understanding and a context of that, then this is perfect, right? And in Vietnam, as an example, which is why I shouted them out, I have a few people from Vietnam, and they do a lot of very intense rituals for the ancestors, energy work for the ancestors, all different kinds of practices. But they also believe that by putting out the food, putting out these beautiful offerings, that the ancestors come forward to partake of this feast, and that they get confirmation of that. In Africa, if you haven't seen my libation video, definitely watch that, because there we see how libation is done. But in Africa, libation, which is the pouring of liquids. First, most important, cool water. Second, sometimes people use milk, gin, or some kind of alcohol is given in pouring. But when they use libation and they're pouring and they're feeding, sometimes they add palm oil, they add obiabata, they add different kinds of ceremonial and cultural foods in this veneration. And for people who are a little bit more advanced in African spirituality, there is another layer through Egbe, or your heavenly family. In Latin America, we know about the Day of the Dead. And the Day of the Dead is a wonderful time where people all over celebrate. So it's not just celebrating particularly for just your family, but everyone does it. So it is a cultural thing across the board. They have beautiful altars, very lively colors. They put sugar skulls, they put marigolds, different kinds of beautiful flowers, food. It's like a festival. They have parades, right? All in celebrating and giving tribute to the ancestors. And the last one I want to share with you today, in Europe, there is All Saints' Day, where people who are venerating the ancestors or giving tribute to the ancestors through the saints will then have different kinds of festivities for particular saints. They light lights for them, burn incense, say prayers, have music, and definitely sometimes do their novenas, the very specific prayers for those saints that oftentimes ancestors venerated when they were alive. So there's some ideas about how ancestral celebration is done around the world. This is done in practically every tradition. We know that even, as a side note, in India, the ancestors are prayed to in the beginning of the day in some sects and some Hindu practices. So ancestors are a part of all our lives, even if we don't know them, even if you're an orphan, even if you are in foster home, doesn't make a difference. Everyone has a lineage, and I guarantee you that you have some ancestors that love you, that look for you, that send light and energy and progress and abundance and health and good things for you. If you enjoyed this video or got anything out of it, give me a thumbs up, hit the bell to stay in the know, and be a part of our family. Welcome and see you next time. Ashe, ashe, ashe.